Yo, what's going on, guys? It's THEONE, and in this video we'll be covering the best reroll targets, because I know a lot of you guys will be rerolling, especially those of you who didn't spend money during the beta. So yeah, we'll be going over who to keep an eye out for during your rerolls. Let's get it. So to start things off, we're gonna talk about Mio. Now, she was the new constant unit that was teased during the dev talk, and she is a really strong unit. If you're curious what she can do, she's basically Kraken and Marvel mixed in one. And speaking of Kraken and Marvel, two of them actually got nerfed in the patch notes. So Mio's stock has risen, so many people will be prioritizing her for their rerolls. So if we go into her kit real quick, her skill 1, it says here, Mist Fairy Engage. Mio uses Anima Mist to deal 240% damage to a single enemy with a 25% chance to apply freeze for 1 turn. So she can apply freeze on her skill 1. That's actually insane. That's really strong, man. And the skill 2 here, we don't know a lot about her skill 2, as we didn't really see what it could do, but it says here from the tags, he has CC, freeze, and wound. So insane CC right here, man. Insane CC here. So we'll have to stay tuned here. But if you look at the leveling, the levels up for this skill 2, it says here increases the chance of inflicting freeze to 40% and reduces the skill cooldown by 1 turn. So this will be a cooldown of 2. So she's gonna have a lot of low cooldowns, man. She's gonna have a lot of low cooldowns. So she's gonna be a very powerful SSR unit, man. And like I said, the fact she's constant is massive. The fact she's a light unit is massive, because she won't have type disadvantage, right? So if you go into skill 3, Misty Day, it says here 4-turn cooldown, and Mio manipulates the mist to deal 300% damage to all enemies, so AoE damage, with a 65% chance to steal the main target's turn meter by 50%. Damn, that's a lot. And redistribute 25% turn meter from other targets among all allies. So that's why during the dev talk, if you remember, guys, the entire team's turn meter just moved up the meter. And yeah, and grants to your allies, and grants all allies speed up for 2 turns. So she's also giving you a speed up. So she's giving you speed up. So to break down the skill 3, she's doing AoE damage, right? Then she's stealing 50% of the enemy's turn meter. Then she's giving 25% of that turn meter that she stole to all your units, and then on top of that, she's giving a speed up. I believe the speed up is 30 or 40%. Hold up, let me see. Yeah, it's 30% for 2 turns. And then once you level this up, you can see the level 2 here increases damage multiplier by 260%, and the level 5 reduces skill cooldown by 1 turn. So this will go down to a cooldown of 3. So this on a 3-turn cooldown is really deadly, man. Plus with the other units we have in the game that can reduce cooldowns, she's gonna be busted, man. So she's a very powerful unit, guys. Very powerful unit. So I would recommend rerolling for her. She would and potentially should be a #1 priority, like I said, since Marvel and Kraken did get nerfed. So the next unit to reroll for is Lily. So Lily is going to be a dark unit, and she's still busted, guys. You guys have seen many videos of what she can do. Lily's a very strong support unit. So if you go into her skill 3, it says here she deals 260% damage to all enemies with a 55% chance to extend all skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Right, so she's gonna extend all your enemies skill cooldowns, so they're gonna have to wait an extra turn. So this is really strong for PvP, really strong for PvE as well. All right, and immediately resets all skill cooldowns for allies with Twin Trick. So this is really good for your units. She's gonna reset your cooldowns so you can access your skills more frequently. So this skill cannot have its cooldown reduced. So they had to nerf this. So, or not nerf this, they have to balance this by not having this being able to reduce the cooldown, because if you're able to do this super frequently, yeah, it will break the game, right? And if you're wondering what Twin Trick does, after every Lily action increases the effect holder's turn meter by 30%, and Lily can only apply this effect to one target other than herself at a time, and this effect is removed if Lily dies. Now, like, I'm hoping, like, I'm not re-rolling, but I'm personally hoping that I can pull a Lily because I'm a Messiah fan. So I'll be pulling Messiah whether I pull him on the standard banner or I pull him on his raid up banner. I know I told you guys not to pull for him on his raid up, but I want Messiah by fire by force, and Lily will be a really good partner for Messiah. So I'm trying to get that combo. Lily would also be a good partner for Tiamat as well. RIP Tiamat though, because I know she got hit hard by the patch notes. But yeah, nonetheless, Lily is a really strong support unit just based off that skill 3 alone. But we still have more. Oh, I also forgot to mention that skill 3. Once you level it up to level 5, right? It says enhances the effect of skill cooldown to reset all skill cooldowns, right? So that's really nice. And then if you go at her skill 2, it's called Shadow Trick. She applies Twin Trick to the target ally and then applies a 2-turn speed up to all allies. If the target already has Twin Trick, instead applies 3 turns of crit damage and immediately starts the next turn. That's really strong, man. Really strong. So lots and lots of buffs. So she's gonna be a massive amplifier, man. Massive amplifier, good engine for your teams. And she's gonna have that what's the word? She's gonna be very flexible. She's gonna be a really flexible unit. You can run her on so many teams. It doesn't even really matter what the content is. She's gonna do really good. And if you level this up, you can increase the turn meter boost to Twin Trick to 25%. You can increase the duration of crit damage up to 3 turns. And you can increase the turn meter boost through Twin Trick to 30%. And at level 5, reduce the skill cooldown to 2. Alright. And then her skill 1, Hat Trick. It says here, Lily deals 240% damage to a single enemy with a 50% chance to increase turn meter by 20% for herself and the ally with the lowest turn meter. And allies with Twin Trick have a 100% chance to support. So this is really nice. So it's basically like a follow-up attack. So one of your other units and just attack the enemy, right? And then obviously as you level this up, you can increase the chance of gaining turn meter. You can also increase the turn meter boost, and you can also increase the assist chance to 100%. So I think this is where people are talking about like the synergy between her and Tiamat as well, with the assist. So like it's really good, man. So guys, imagine, right? I think the god reroll would be Lily and Mio. If you somehow manage to get Lily and Mio, oh my god. Lily and Mio, I'm just thinking of that comp right now. Lily and Mio would be busted, man. Oh my god, with all the buffing. Yeah, so Lily's a really strong unit. If you can't go wrong with her. So if you are rerolling and you pull a Lily or a Mio, you're good, and you can start playing the game. Next, we got the God Slayer of Guns, Hinrich. Now Hinrich is a dark unit, so like Mio and like Lily, it's gonna be rare for him to be at a type disadvantage, unless he's going up against constant units. But besides that, if we're going up against red, green, or blue units, same thing with Lily and Mio, he's gonna be good, right? So, but that's not all that makes him good. So if you look at his skill 3, it says your Inevitable Fate. Hinrich deals 3 hits of 100% damage to all enemies, with the final hit having a 65% chance to inflict a 2-turn block, and every 1 stack of last words on the target increases the skill's crit damage by 30%. So what block means is that the enemy that gets hit with this can't be buffed. So he blocks buffs, right? So he stops people from getting buffs, right? And every 1 stack of last words is basically increases crit damage taken and the chance of taking a crit hit by 7% up to 4 stacks. So he's gonna be good with units that crit a lot and do a lot of crit damage. Units like specifically Rosa, because Rosa is a crit unit that is gonna be crit heavy. He pairs off really nicely with her. So if you get Hinrich, you would want to be potentially picking a Rosa up with your selector SSR. But if you look at this, once you level up this skill 3, increases the damage multiplier to 100%, increases the crit damage boost of each last word stack to 30%, and increases the chance of inflicting block to 65%, and at 5 reduces the skill cooldown by 1, so this will go down to a 3-turn cooldown. So this is really nice. He's able to strip buffs. I believe he's one of the only few buffers in the game that can actually strip, so that's really important to know as well. Then if you look at the skill 2, fatal split bullet, 3-turn cooldown. Hinrich deals 180% damage to a single enemy, then 180% damage to a random enemy, and finally 180% damage to all enemies. And if the target has no buff that can be dispelled, there is a 65% chance to inflict a 2-turn wound. And wound is basically where you stop the enemy from healing. So you basically, it's anti-heal. And once you level this up, increases the damage multiplier to 170%, increases the chance of inflicting wound to 65%, increases all damage multipliers to 180%, and at level 5 reduces the skill cooldown by 1, which will bring this down to a 2-turn cooldown. Then his skill 1, farewell shot, he deals 240% damage to a single enemy with a 45% chance to inflict a 1-turn block and a Reaper's Gaze. Each time Hinrich attacks, has a 50% chance to dispel 1 buffs from the target. If the target has a dispellable buff, has an 80% chance to inflict 1 stack of last words lasting for 3 turns. And if you level this up, increases damage multiplier to 240%, and level 3 increases the chance of dispelling buffs to 50%, and level 4 increases the chance of inflicting block to 45%. And what's really important is Hinrich is going to be really key for the end game modes that a lot of people will be farming, especially in the module drop in Aurora. So Hinrich is going to be really key here to strip buffs. He's going to be really important. Like, lots of the Inferno teams have Hinrich in them, so hey, if everyone's running him for the hardest difficulty stages in the game, then it says a lot. He's a really powerful unit, and I would recommend you guys reroll for him as well. Since we mentioned Rosa earlier, it makes sense to talk about her next. So Rosa is a really solid pick for your reroll. She's going to be really good for the mid to end game. That's where she's really going to excel. So places like Aurora, she's going to do really good. She's going to be good in PvP. She's going to be good. She's pretty decent in Doki Doki as well. Right, so she's going to be a really solid unit to have. And she did get hit by the nerfs in the patch notes, but her nerf was very minor. So she's still a really solid unit to start your account with, whether you reroll for her or select her just straight up with the targeted summon. The only nerf was that the turn meter pushback here on her skill 1 went from 10% to 8%. So it's not a big nerf, barely. It's just minor. Doesn't really do anything. So if you go over her kit real quick to break it down, she deals, or she applies, a 2-turn crit up to all allies, and she increases their crit rate by 30%, and then deals 3 hits of 120% damage to all enemies. And with crit hits having a 40% chance to inflict a 2-turn speed down of 30% on them. And if you level this up, increases the chance of the speed down to 40%, and it reduces the skill cooldown by 1 turn at level 5. So this will go down to a 2-turn cooldown, which will be busted. And then her passive, the Stalker, the Iron Flower blooms each time Rosa lands a critical hit. If the target is not affected with the Blade Heart Bloom, she inflicts a 1-turn Blade Heart Bloom on the target. And what Blade Heart Bloom is the target takes 15% extra damage from basic attacks. And when the carrier takes a critical hit as the main target, Rosa deals a follow-up attack to them with her basic attack. And this effect can only be triggered one time per turn. So basically, when she applies her Blade Heart Bloom to an enemy, and if any one of your units land a critical hit onto that enemy, she will attack with a basic attack, right? A basic follow-up attack. And this will do a 15% extra damage, the follow-up attack. So like just based off this, she's gonna pair off nicely with Lily, because you guys saw Lily has that follow-up kind of kit or mechanism in her kit. So she'll be pair off great with Lily. She'd also pair off great with Hinrich, because Hinrich's gonna be doing a lot of crit as well. So just some units to pair off with. And And if you level this up, you can increase the chance of inflicting the Blade Heart Bloom, obviously at level 2, 80%. Level 3, you can increase the damage boost of the Blade Heart Bloom to, by 15%. Level 4 increases the chance of inflicting Blade Heart Bloom to 100%, so that'd be really nice. And level 4 increases the follow-up attack rate granted by Blade Heart Bloom to 100%. So you pretty much you're gonna want to have her skill 3 and skill 2 max leveled. Those are skills I consider leveling up to max. So then we have single target, or sorry, her skill 1. With the boosted fighting spirit, Rosa deals 3 hits of 70% damage to a single enemy. If the final hit is a crit, it has a 50% chance to reduce the target's turn meter. Like I said, this went from 10% to now 8% at global launch. And increases damage multiplier to 65%, and increases the at level 2, and then at level 3 increases turn meter setback chance to 50%. Level 4 increases damage multiplier to 70%, and level 5 increases turn meter setback effect to 10%. Yeah, so that's interesting. So you will be able to get the turn meter back up if you do level up to level 5. And this is a 0 turn cooldown, obviously skill 1. This is 0 turn, so she's gonna have low cooldowns on all her skills. Really, that's really good. So she is a unit that I would actually think about considering to level up her skills with the perfect lattice, based off how frequently you're going to be using her skills. It might be worth it. So very solid unit. She's going to be hard. Thing is with Rosa is you're going to kind of struggle with her early game, because you're going to need a lot of crits. You're going to need to be critting consistently with her, and your allies are going to need to crit consistently. So early game, until you have decent gear to where everyone's critting more often, she's not going to be that great. But when you do have good gear and everyone's critting, she's going to be solid. Insane unit. And like I said, really good for Aurora. So there you have that. And the final unit, and the chosen one, I like to call it the chosen one, Raocha. She's the chosen one because out of the top 3 best units to reroll for that I was talking about in previous videos before this patch notes, it was Rosa, Tiamat, and Raocha. Now Tiamat, I don't think Tiamat has the value she had as much as she did before. With the nerf she got hit. She got hit pretty hard. Some people might like to play it off, but I genuinely think she got hit pretty hard. She's still viable late game for PvP, I think, but early game in the terms of carrying you and stuff, I think she lost a lot of value, lost a bit of stock. So she's not as valuable. But Raocha, on the other hand, like she's the only unit out of those 3, Tiamat, Rosa, and herself, that didn't get nerfed. Out of the 3, she's the only one that didn't get nerfed. So she's still a really solid unit for Doki Doki. Gonna be insane for getting the end game clears. And that's the thing, in the Doki Doki fight, she's literally used in every single team, right? Like, it's rare to even see an Inferno clear where Raocha is not even on that team. Like, it's really rare. So Raocha is a really important unit for Doki Doki. So if you luck out and manage to pull a Raocha, I keep the account, man. I keep the account, because your Doki Doki farming is going to be smooth. It's going to be really smooth. But if you go into her kit more in depth real quick, here she is. Her skill 3, it says here she deals 3 hits of 180% damage to a single enemy, with the first hit having a 75% chance to inflict a 1-turn stun. So she's able to inflict a debuff on her skill 3. And then after attacking, she does splash damage to all enemies, equal to 33% of the total damage she dealt. And if the first 3 hits kill the target, the splash damage ratio would be increased to 100%. So this is really nice. She's actually going to be able to do splash damage, right? And it scales up, right? If she actually kills enemies as well. That's really nice. And what's more importantly than that, she's actually going to be landing a stun as well. That's really important to know. And if you level this up, you can increase the ratio of splash damage to 25% and 75%. And at level 4, you can increase the chance of inflicting stun to 75%. And at level 5, you can increase the ratio of splash damage to 33% and 100%. And splash damage basically is unaffected by damage boost or damage reduction and cannot deal crit hits. So this is really nice. The dessert time. It says here that Raocha deals 280% damage to all enemies, and for every 1% HP the target has lost, the final damage is increased by 0.6% after attacking. Raocha recovers 70% of her lost HP. As you level this up, you increase the damage multiplier to 260%, increases the ratio of HP recovered to 70%, increases the damage multiplier to 280%, and at level 5, increases the final damage boost to 0.6%. So this is going to be huge, as it's going to be scaling based off of lost HP. So this has a lot of potential to do even more damage. So this is a really nice skill, and like this is 3-turn cooldown, so not crazy turn, not a crazy long cooldown either. Then her skill 1, handle gently. Raocha deals 260% damage to a single enemy with a 40% chance to inflict a 2-turn speed down of 30% on them. And then Sweetheart reduces all her anime skill cooldowns by 1 turn after each skill. That's basically her passive right there. So after every kill, it reduces the skill cooldown by 1 turn after each kill. Then at level 2, increases the damage multiplier by 240%. Level 3, increases the chance of inflicting speed down to 40%. Level 4, increases the damage multiplier to 260%. Level 5, increases the speed down duration to 2 turns. So that's really nice. So she's able to slow, decrease your enemy speed by 30%. She's able to stun. She's able to do splash damage, and the splash damage does scale if you do land kills, and she's also able to scale off of lost HP as well, right? So this is really nice. And honestly, I also forgot to mention, yeah, she can also heal by the recovery of 70% of her lost HP, so she's also self-sufficient as well. So she's a really strong unit, and I think you can't go wrong with Raocha, man. Like, if you're new to the game, you're kind of, I don't know who to get, I don't know, I don't want to make a mistake. Raocha is the safest option you could go with, because she's going to be instantly valuable with the Doki Doki, right? Because Doki Doki is going to be one of the first dungeons you're going to be farming early game, right? So she's going to give you lots and lots of value. And like I said, in every single, or not every single, but for like 90% of the clears for Inferno Doki Doki, Raocha is in those teams, guys. She's in those teams, and that's for a reason. So you can't go wrong with Raocha. She is the chosen one. Like, she did not get nerfed, she did not get buffed, she's just the same. She's good. So hopefully I provided a bit of perspective, and you have an idea of units you should be going for if you are planning on rerolling. And like I said, I just want to add also, like, the RGB units like Rosa, Raocha, they're going to be safer options to reroll for, because they're going to have, they're not light dark units, because the light dark units have a 0.25% chance of even popping up on the standard banner. So hey, if you manage to pull a Raocha or Rosa, you're good to go. You don't have to stay in there. But hey, like I said, Mio, Lily, Hinrich, they are busted, so they're worth also going for if you get lucky. So yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, take care, and peace.
This is Escanor, the Lion Sin of Pride from 7 Deadly Sins. Thank you for watching the pinnacle of Gacha gaming on YouTube, The One.